Hoonigan didn't go out and buy Wheel Pros and become a big wholesaler distributor. The company said, hey, we own that name. We're going to call ourselves that now. Like, which is the exact opposite of what the Hoonigan brand was started for.
Good morning and welcome to the Dirt Drive podcast.
Cast.
His name is
Here's
PJ.
your host, Timothy Germanario.
I like the way you say that. It sounds good. Thank you, PJ. We're here joined by PJ, Trevor.
That wasn't PJ. That's his twin brother, JP.
JP.
According to the guy at the shop.
JP, the host man.
Yes.
With the mostest.
Welcome back to another episode of your favorite podcast, the Dirt Drive podcast. Make sure you like, subscribe, and share, and rate wherever you listen.
And thank you for making it this far into another episode.
Exactly. Yeah, we've just started, but thank you for being here. This one is kind of fun. It's kind of an active point that's going on in the industry.
It's bullshit.
It's bullshit, big bullshit.
Yeah.
We are not happy with it.
This is big automotive
Bullshit.
crap.
It's
happening.
when counterculture becomes mainstream is the worst. When counterculture is absorbed by
I'm not going to call it
a holding group.
Yeah. I'm not going to call it a sellout because I don't think it was
Don't know
a
the
personal.
particulars.
I don't think it was a personal decision. I'll call it a buyout, which is way more accurate into what's been going on in the industry.
It was a buyout 2 years ago.
It was a buyout a long time ago, yeah. Which is why I think this whole situation they don't
have control
over. If you don't already know, Hoonigan, which if
Hoonigan
you're not,
Industries.
Yeah, if you're not familiar with Hoonigan as a brand, it started out as, like you said, a counterculture type automotive enthusiast, kill all tires, slay the red dragon type situation. It was just
Stick it to the man.
Yeah, piss off the old guys. Put in K-swap muscle cars. Whatever you want to do.
2 JZs and muscle cars, and just doing
Ignorant,
ridiculous
dumb
things
stuff.
And it was
Doing
so
the
fun,
mostest.
so entertaining. Ken Block, which is a name that most people in any automotive circle recognize.
Yeah.
Should recognize.
He was one of the original founders, and they were bought out by a company called Clearly Capital. Like you said, I think it was like 2 years ago or
It's
so.
like 2021.
And that company also happens to own Wheel Pros, which is one of the bigger wholesale distributors companies in the automotive market, not just the off-road market.
Yep.
For our off-road listeners, you'll recognize them as like from a wheel company. They own KMC,
Fuel.
XD, Fuel, Black Rhino.
Yep.
Like that is where they were a wheel company. They just bought and sold wheels and owned these brands and manufactured them and whatever.
An umbrella company.
In the last couple of years, they were the ones that purchased Four Wheel Parts and Transamerican Wholesale, which then was essentially completely dissolved, but they still own the Four Wheel Parts retail side of things. And they absorbed all the brands that went with it. The Smitty built the Rubicon Express, G2, Pro Comp, Poison Spider,
Fab Fours.
some of
Fab
those went to
Fours.
Meyer.
Well, yeah, I'm getting there.
Yeah.
Fab Fours actually broke away.
Oh, did they?
Before that buyout, they're part of the Warn Factor 55 umbrella. I think that was it. I think Rubicon
like
Express,
Poison
Smitty
Spider.
built Poison Spider, G2.
Yep.
And Pro Comp. Anyway, so yeah, those handful of companies. The wholesale side of it became Meyer Distributing, which they have everything. They've been around for a while, whatever. To go with Four Wheel Parts, Clearly Capital and Wheel Pros purchased the controlling stake in TerraFlex and ReadyLift. They also have their hands in a bunch of tuner stuff and retail things in the car performance,
and truck,
car and truck performance stuff as well. That company is who bought Hoonigan. I don't know if I said that already.
They bought him in 21.
Yeah. So as of, what was the date on this press release?
October 28th.
25th.
Yeah, October 25th.
Wheel Pros has decided that they're going to rebrand themselves as Hoonigan because that helps sell parts.
Because it's the name
Somehow.
recognition for some reason. Well, if Hoonigan backs all these industries, which Hoonigan doesn't back them, they own them.
Well, so
Not industries, backs all these companies. Sorry, not
yeah,
industries.
and what I would say is Hoonigan isn't the driving force here. I think that's the important factor to keep here is Hoonigan didn't go out and buy Wheel Pros and become a big wholesaler distributor. The company said, hey, we own that name. We're going to call ourselves that now. Like, which is the exact opposite of what the Hoonigan brand was started for.
Yep.
Yeah, they didn't want to be corporate. They wanted to just go fuck around and find out and do cool shit and build cool cars. And
Yeah.
that's really what they were and how they got their name is just by being the counterculture.
Right. And it's
Hooligans, baby.
yeah, I say we parody it all the time. We have our Kill All Jeep sticker that comes from their Kill All tires because of the burnouts and the drifting and all the tire smoke stuff that Hoonigan loves to do, and it's become an iconic brand regardless of what part of it you are. Like you either love Hoonigan or you hate Hoonigan. There's no in between.
Yeah,
and
it's like mashed potatoes.
Yeah, it is. It's exactly like mashed potatoes. And Hoonigan is not mashed potatoes because it is not boring and it definitely belongs on the table. Wheel Pros is mashed potatoes. It needs to go away. Because mashed potatoes is infecting the rest of the fucking plate.
Because all your food's touching.
Yeah.
Well, and I guess
Full circle.
Hoonigan would be the plate.
That's going to be really confusing
Don't
for
let
people
brands
because
touch.
this episode comes out before
it
Thanksgiving.
comes out afterwards.
Before. No, we said this was
We're
going
going to swap them around.
Yeah, this should come out because this is current events.
Okay, that's fine. I'll swap them around.
Which is going to make that very confusing for everybody. Future past.
And
Make
future
sure
listeners.
you like and subscribe so you can listen to a future episode that will make more sense.
that we recorded in the past.
all
from
about mashed
today.
potatoes.
So yeah, the official press release was that Wheel Pros, a leading provider of aftermarket vehicle enhancements, announced today that it is rebranding to Hoonigan, effective immediately.
Sounds like sex pills.
Yeah, that's literally, but that's the new name embraces the spirit of automotive culture and signifies the company's dedication to expanding its impact and fostering passion in the industry.
Isn't that what AMC's whole spiel is too?
AMC,
Like the movie
The
theater?
Alpha.
oh, the Alpha Motor Company, yeah. But it's corporate jargon for hey, we're not cool, so we want to be cool.
Yep.
That's all it is.
We're taking this for ourselves.
Yeah, and like. It's
What's up, fellow kids?
Yeah, it's that is the exact situation, and like the part of it I don't get, and I don't know, maybe you guys may have a different perspective on it being closer to the consumer side of it, but like I don't get how this helps a wholesale distributor that does business to business grow.
I don't think it helps the wholesaler. I think it helps the brands within the wholesaler grow.
But they didn't rebrand the retail.
But if
Four-wheel parts is still four-wheel parts, and throttle is still throttle.
but if these smaller, not smaller companies, but like you said Terraflex. Terraflex is now a Hoonigan brand. They can say, hey, we're Hoonigan. Hoonigan buys our shit. Hoonigan uses our shit. They don't because they are just part of the Hoonigan conglomerate now. So these companies can put the Hoonigan name on their smaller products. So the companies that they own can use that Hoonigan name for the enthusiasts. Be like, oh shit, Hoonigan. The enthusiast that doesn't know the buyout happened will be like, oh shit, Hoonigan uses this brand. Let me use that brand too.
I think what's killing
I
it.
think that's the marketing they were going for.
Yeah, but they can do that without calling themselves Hoonigan.
What's killing it for the Hoonigan aspect of it is the exclusivity of what Hoonigan used to be.
Right.
And now it's just everyone gets it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and that's like, I don't think
It's not as special anymore.
Insert Oprah meme here.
right.
Yeah.
Well, that's the thing is like,
You're
look
a
at
Hoonigan. You're a Hoonigan. You're a Hoonigan.
Everybody's a hoonigan.
How about brake pads? That makes me a Hoonigan.
yeah, I don't know.
Wrong.
Yeah, it's real depressing.
Yeah, and it like
And it's kind of
Or would you
Where-
say it's
it-
real depressing?
real depressing. It's
I see what you did there.
it's been coming for a while though,
It's
because you
been
know you know it's going to happen as soon as something gets popular. Someone's going to see that there's money in it, and they're going to buy up everything around
It's
it.
called capitalism.
Well, and like I think we've touched on it before, where like the corporate buyout stuff doesn't bother me, but this isn't a corporate buyout. This is rebranding. This is we want to be
cool.
We want to be.
They
cool.
already are the corporation.
Right, they are there. They exist. They're
Yeah.
selling the parts regardless of what they call themselves.
Yep.
Why does taking away the enthusiast side of it and making it corporate, how does that benefit anybody?
The only thing that I see is, like I said earlier, instead of saying brought to you by Wheel Pros, brought to you by Hoonigan Industries.
But they can
just
do
have
that. If they can change their name from Wheel Pros to Hoonigan, the Terraflex, who's under that same umbrella, can go, we're the official Jeep suspension of Hoonigan. Wheel Pros doesn't have to
they don't
name
have to
themselves
rebrand.
Hoonigan
It's like
to do
Gatorade.
that.
Yeah. It's like Gatorade.
How?
Idiocracy?
Yes.
Well, elaborate.
Yeah, elaborate on that.
You too. Steve.
Gatorade pretty much bought everything in the future in that movie. At least.
Yeah.
Okay.
They're like walking through a field, like a farmer's field, and the sprinklers turn on. And he's like, is that Gatorade?
No, what did they call it?
It's not Gatorade, but it's like
it's a parody of Gatorade.
Powerade.
No. That's a Coca-Cola product.
but it's the same thing. Like that company
Right.
bought everything,
And then
out.
and then it turned into
So then they're like pumping it
everything
through
that
the water
you need in
supply.
your personal life is supplied by this company.
There's no milk.
So that's what
There's no
everything in
meat.
your
There's
personal
no
life
cheese.
needs.
But see,
Because it's got electrolytes.
See that already happened though. Now
I was gonna say that.
It's Brondo.
now they're
Brondo.
Brondo.
Yes.
Yeah.
Brondo's got electrolytes. What are electrolytes? They're electrolytes.
But
like,
you
that's
need
what
them.
it turns
So that's
into.
what Wheel Pros was doing, but
Yeah.
instead of just being Wheel Pros or being automotive conglomerate XYZ,
Yep.
they decided to destroy a
nameplate.
a brand,
Yeah.
a nameplate,
100%.
and that's like
I'm with you. I think any one of those brands could have just said official product of
Hoonigan,
Hoonigan.
right?
You would have sold just as much.
Right.
Well,
to
and
the
also
enthusiast.
like the quality products, because why have to have a name to back up your quality product?
Also
if you
true.
build a quality product, you don't need to be backed by Hoonigan.
But the problem is when you
is
get
the-
bought by Wheel Pros, your quality goes down because they send everything overseas.
Yeah.
because it's profit margins. It's not about quality anymore.
Yep.
So how long until they buy out all the auto parts stores?
I don't know.
So
I think the auto parts companies
they're
are
in
I'm
the auto
curious
parts
to see.
stores.
I'm curious to see how that
been,
works.
Have you
though.
been in an Advanced or an AutoZone
Yeah.
recently?
Yeah, the Hoonigan
There's
licensing's
Hoonigan stuff
everywhere.
everywhere
Yep.
in there.
But so that's an interesting point because if you go back to the early days, the Fast and Furious days, Pep Boys, right? Like I remember,
yeah.
like we had a like a Napa in my hometown, but Napa didn't have fun parts.
Yeah.
We had to drive a little further to Pep Boys to get the chrome bolt covers
Yeah.
and the
Cherry bomb exhaust.
the cherry bomb mufflers and the windshield wipers, like all the tuner stuff that was
Yeah.
popular.
Chrome accents and all the accessories.
Yeah. And like, but now Pep Boys is basically defunct. Mm-hmm. Like,
There's one in Winchester still, I think.
is there?
I think so.
But
basically defunct.
Yeah.
Yeah. if there's one in Winchester, you're almost out of
But
business.
now you're like, your AutoZone, your Advanced, like they have some of the small accessory stuff, but they don't dabble in that aftermarket.
Yeah.
So,
They
and,
don't need to.
well, and that's like, does this bring,
their whole bread and butter is
does
just
this
repair.
bring an expansion of 4-wheel parts? Like, so like 4-wheel parts is strictly retail now, right? So,
In most places.
No.
No,
It
it's-
was Trans-American Wholesale.
so
Yeah.
4-wheel parts.
Oh, I mean, like the actual 4-wheel parts stores.
yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, that's all they
It's
do now.
strictly retail.
Yeah.
They have a shop.
No,
Well, they have the shop.
Yeah, but
but they don't do
parts used to
wholesaling
be
anymore.
the retail side of Trans-American.
so like from what I learned from this whole thing is Wheel Pros has another one called Throttle, which covers the
tuners.
the tuners and the performance side of
Yeah.
things. And like, I'll be curious to see like, do Hoonigan parts stores start? Does a 4-wheel parts go from being because like in 5 years if 4-wheel parts doesn't continue to grow or whatever it is, does corporate come in and go, you're Hoonigan now, and
they're gonna do
and it's like
tuner
a
and
Summit,
full- yeah.
like how
you'll
Summit has their stores like connected to a warehouse. Are there going to be Hoonigan stores connected
You'll
to
see it on the
warehouses?
website. It'll say Hoonigan, formerly 4-wheel parts.
But it's just like,
Or just combine it.
Hoonigan was
Yeah,
never
Hoonigan
a
and
parts
4-wheel
brand.
parts.
Yeah, Hoonigan
Like
was
KFC
just
Taco Bell.
Hoonigan was a race brand.
It wasn't even that.
All they
The only
did was
difference
build.
with that is that's an umbrella company putting those together.
So all Hoonigan did before
Wheel
was
Pros.
Yeah,
build
it's all the
cool
same
cars and have cool merch.
Right.
That's all they did before.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
this
if,
isn't
if it
buying
would be like a
competition.
4-wheel parts store with a Hoonigan, and it would be the apparel and the auto parts.
Yeah.
Yeah, I could see that.
Yeah, well, but that's the Hoonigan apparel and stuff is already licensed out and in
Yeah.
stores. Like
Yeah.
that exists.
You can get it at Kohl's. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, but that's like I see where he's going with that. It's like
Because you
it's
could
not
get more
necessarily-
stuff on their website, and if they had an actual like storefront
Right.
And it's also
with
not-
all of those exclusive stuff
Yeah.
online,
It's too niche for an actual storefront unless you're
Yeah.
Yeah,
unless
but
they're
you
putting it in
wouldn't-
other parts stores.
Yeah, but
if
you
they do
could-
a full storefront and a parts store,
But it doesn't have to be
Maybe.
a full storefront. You could have a 4-wheel parts store that's basically got a corner cut out.
it's like a
Oh,
Milwaukee section. in
I
it.
can guarantee you that is coming.
Oh, no,
If
that's
it
what I'm
isn't
saying.
here already,
Like-
because I've never actually been in a 4-wheel parts. Thank God.
Yeah.
yeah.
Where
Have-
is
You're not
that?
missing much.
Glen Burnie is the
Oh,
closest
that's
for
right.
us.
That's right.
Not
There's
that
one
I'm
in
shouting them out.
Colorado Springs.
Yeah, I mean, they're all over the country. It's just I think there's one in Richmond too. But
Yeah.
the point I'm saying is like the last time we discussed the corporate, like when we did our buy or sell episode and we were selling the corporate buyouts, that was parts companies buying parts companies.
Yeah.
This is not that. This is way worse for
way
the
worse.
industry because you're taking away a staple of entertainment and turning it into a parts company.
Yeah. So like I was saying earlier, but the corporate buyout and corporate sellout is taking over the whole industry because I mean SEMA this year just wrapped up. SEMA this
Hoonigan
year,
everything.
yeah, Hoonigan everything. Yeah. SEMA this year was not for the industry. It felt like it was for the enthusiast. So SEMA Fest is obviously targeted to the enthusiast. But if you watch the events throughout the week, it was
For the horizon.
yeah, it wasn't, hey, look at these new cool products. It's, hey, flashy things. Take a picture of this.
Right.
We're not.
Steer Smarts had an ice cream truck that they like cool build. They took a Gladiator and built a soft serve ice cream truck out of a Gladiator. Badass build, shows off their products, cool.
Ice
but
cream's
like,
probably shit.
but that probably, but that's like that's not what like SEMA is push the envelope. That an ice cream truck Gladiator doesn't push the envelope.
No.
It gets you clicks and views and other
clickbait.
shit. Yeah, it's marketing. Which I get
It's
it.
a rebranding of a product.
There is a level of the show that is marketing and branding, but
Sure.
I'm with you 100%.
It's,
Like
it's the original purpose of the show was to push the industry and show new, cool, innovative products and not just
Well, I think
get
it was-
people there to take pictures
was
and
a-
post it on social media.
So we
was
can
a-
do a Mr. Softy build, right?
we should.
But it was
actually.
it was a better melding before, right? Like they still had the crazy build, but the purpose behind it was to showcase
Your new
new
product.
products.
Right.
It wasn't just we did this thing with stuff that you can already get.
Yeah.
That's the difference, right? Like like you said, they did it flashy just to be flashy.
I was so growing up watching Hot Rod Garage and all this cool shit growing up is overhauling is I was expecting something different from SEMA. When I went last year, I was like, I've seen all this shit online.
Well, that's the problem.
except for the
Well,
Battle of the
so
Builders.
I will say, so 2022 is definitely an off year because
21 was awesome.
2021 was a lot of growth and it was the first thing back after COVID. So there was a lot of new things to lay eyes on.
Yep.
I think because they had 2 years off of, nothing in 2020, they had that full year of crazy business.
Yeah.
Right. And like
development.
And development that 21 had a lot of cool stuff. But I think everyone, I don't want to say expected, but figured at some point things would slow back down and everything would get back to normal. But the off-road world specifically continued to boom. And I think a lot of companies basically had a stutter step
Yep.
through 22.
They went, oh shit.
Okay. Whew. All right. 23, we're caught up. I think this year was probably a bad year to skip.
yeah,
I think there was
I think this
from
year,
what I've seen, I think there was a lot of new stuff at the show.
I think this year was the kickoff of corporatization of the entire industry.
well,
That's what I got from SEMA
so-
is everything is just a show. I don't know about the products behind it. It seemed like a flashy show and not much innovation.
but that's what I'm saying. So 22, there wasn't a lot of new products. There wasn't a lot of innovation, at least in the off-road space. We didn't spend as much time in the performance muscle car side of the show the second year as we did the first year. And I do think that's an area that grows further and more rapidly and more consistently than the off-road space. Right now, we've complained about it forever. The off-road world is bolt-ons, or it's so custom there's no kit for it.
Yeah.
Where,
like Toyota did this year with the FJ Cruiser.
Right. Where in the restoration hot rod world, you've got 5 different companies making 5 different types of hideaway door handles because somebody made a set and went, that's cool. And somebody went, I'm going to make a different set. And then somebody's like, ooh, we need a third set. And like that kind of innovation has been going on for 50 years in restoration, where that stuff's just starting to happen now. And if you're not doing bolt-ons and you're doing wild stuff in the off-road world, it's purpose built. It's a roll cage. It's a 4-link. It's not fancy. It's not necessarily innovative. It's just you're building it specifically for how you want your vehicle to perform, how you want this to work, whatever it is. So it doesn't have that same flash that you get in the hot rod world, but it doesn't mean it can't exist in the off-road world. I think it's coming. I just don't think the market demand is there for it yet.
I think it's too corporate where nothing's. It's going to be the small builders that you're never going to see at a show. You're going to see out doing cool stuff.
But
like you're going to see it on the trails and you're not going to see it at a show.
That's why I say I think it's coming, because the aftermarket industry, SEMA as a association, is really pushing trucks and off-road because of what the market is demanding. The market demands that volume. I'm not going to call it growth, but that volume, because that's what people are spending their money on now. And like the hot rod industry has always been like the same size. Yeah. That hot rod industry hasn't grown, but it also hasn't shrunk. Yep. It has been the niche market. It's now a smaller chunk of the total.
Oh yeah,
because the total has grown, and that total has grown.
People.
Right. But because the hot rod guys, they're going to be the same. They want the new shit. The problem is there's so many new people in trucks and off-road that the stuff that's old to us is new to somebody else. So the market doesn't demand the innovation like it does in other segments.
It's a vicious cycle.
And like that, this market, it's going to plateau at some point. It has to. There's a finite amount of people with a finite amount of money, right? Like it has to stop expanding at some point, or you're going to see decline elsewhere. If you go through the SEMA reports where they actually like break down money spent in the industry and everything else, businesses like us are seeing growth in truck and off-road because that's what people are spending their money on. But like I said, if you look at the dollar amounts, everybody's going up. People are spending money on their cars, but the share of it is essentially staying the same across the board, except for more people entering the space in truck and off-road. So that's why it seems kind of boring, we'll say, and it's very corporate, because it is. And I think this is the peak, because when this came out, like the shop owners groups I'm in, people are like, what the fuck is this? Why?
Because all the shop owners now are guys our age. They're 30s, 40s,
or they're guys that have been around 50 years and only ever dealt with small companies.
Yeah,
and they're going like, so like the corporate buyout and the wholesale distribution side of it is always really, like so and so bought so and so, like damn, okay, like whatever, like as long as the products don't change, I don't care. But like this again isn't that. This is just nothing but marketing, and you're taking away the what's the word I'm looking for?
Like the individuality.
Yeah,
I think.
Yeah, you're taking away personality of an industry.
Like, not of an industry, of a brand.
No, but that's the thing, is that brand is a representation of personalities. Correct. So now you've taken that brand, and it's no longer a brand; it's a company.
But yeah, well, I think it's pretty representative of what's happening though. Is you've seen the Hoonigan nameplates, like the guys that were on the YouTube channel and everything. A lot of them have left.
Yes.
To start their own thing because they don't like what's happening.
Right.
Which is.
It's very telling as to the I'll say the seriousness of it. I don't, because these are the guys that were influencing people to go buy parts.
Yeah,
they're no longer influencing people to do anything. They're now just selling.
Yep.
Right. Like if you're gonna take an influencer and make them an employee, They're not influencing, they're selling.
Yep.
And I hate to be the millennial, there's a difference. Because an influencer, it's not that they can't be bought.
Yeah.
But
Because every influencer can be bought.
right. But at the same time, an influencer is typically
Honest.
using a product and saying, I like this. Right? Like if
Well, they're using their free opinion
Right.
to push a product as opposed to someone paying them
yeah,
$100,000 a
pay
year
to
to
play.
go, you have to push this
Right.
product
Well-
above anything else on the market.
but it's not even you have to push this product. It's you work for me, you're going to use this product. Even
Whether
if you
you
push
like it
it
or not.
Right. You're not necessarily pushing it.
Yeah.
You're just doing it. You're just there to do it.
Yeah, keep doing what you're doing, but only use this product.
Right.
Yep.
And you can't, and that's the problem is Hoonigan can't do what they do
And
if they're forced into a bubble.
Yep.
So
if they're not allowed to build cool things anymore and they've got to use brands that they own,
right.
then the innovation of Hoonigan Industries is going to stop.
Right.
And I don't think we're going to see that right off the bat. I think it's going to take a while for us to
It's
see.
always a slow death. That's just the way it happens. Is you start off with this and you make the promise that nothing's going to change, everything's going to be fine. It's still the same Hoonigan, yada yada yada. But like you said, you've got all those big names that were the driving force behind that face of that company, of that brand, leaving.
Yeah.
And now you essentially have plants. It's the people they're paying to continue pushing that brand who don't have the same values as what it was when it was established.
Yeah.
Because their mind is on the paycheck. They may still like the brand. They may still think that the brand is good. But there's a monetary aspect to that where they're going, cool, this is my job.
Yeah, and
This isn't my
We've seen
passion
that at some
anymore.
events of people that just there for the paycheck, and you lose the they lose the passion behind the product.
Well,
Yeah.
and we like,
And we don't. I mean, that's our bit for
We're very anti that.
for the Hoonigan product that they made before is they love what they did because they got to do it. Not I'm getting a paycheck, so I'll be
you
here.
see it in the wholesale space too, where it's like you can tell the difference when you call your salesperson. And
Oh yeah, you had the best.
Yeah. But by someone talked about it. Yeah.
Yeah,
it's-
with Transamerican, you had the best salesman you've ever had.
because you knew that he was passionate about what he was talking about.
Yeah.
He was very knowledgeable about all aspects of his job, but you could tell when he was actually talking about something that he cared about. Whereas a lot of the new sales guys, when these buyouts and these rebrands happen, they're just pulling anyone in.
There for paycheck.
Yeah,
they went on to
and they get a catalog and they say,
remote-
when someone asks for this, these are the top 3 products that you're going to sell them.
Yeah, they went on remotejobfinder.com.
Yeah.
And they said, salesman, that can be pretty easy.
Yeah.
Wholesale salesman.
Well, so
done.
you're starting to see that faster turnover rate with the sales guys and all this stuff because all those companies, when all these buyouts start happening, they go, oh, yeah, you were getting paid this much over there. Well, you're our employee now, and because we've got more people, we can't afford to pay everyone that amount. So you're going to have to take a 25% pay cut. So all the passionate guys are going, well, screw that. Like, that's horse shit.
Yeah.
So then you end up with all the people who are just kind of like, yeah, it's a job.
Yeah.
And that's what Hoonigan's going to become eventually is full of people who it's just a job.
Well,
I'm selling the brand because that's
but
my company.
Wheel Pros was full of that already.
Yeah.
So I'm sorry, but Hoonigan is part of that already.
Yes, correct.
Hoonigan, not part of that. Hoonigan is that because they've taken the Wheel Pros have taken the nameplate.
Right. And that
Well, they are that now.
But that's the thing
Like,
is
that's
like the guys who started Hoonigan that were still around, that's not like they didn't I don't think they had a say in it.
No.
And like
is
basically
the worst part.
everything that they've built has just basically been
Crumbled.
canceled because somebody decided they're the Steve Buscemi from Grown Ups. Hey,
yeah.
I'm one
It's just a
what's up, fellow
young-
car guys?
It's just a brand now.
yeah.
That's it.
Yep.
Like
I still-
it's just a name.
It's just a name.
Like I
just a
said,
name.
I still think that their YouTube and their social media side is going to continue to do cool things for the foreseeable future, but it's going to die at some point in the next few years.
Well, and
Because
that's
the problem will become there
Because-
as opposed to being purely entertainment,
Yeah.
where people will pull out what they want out of entertaining content, right? Like they'll look at that and go, the person will ask, "Oh, what did you use for this?" And they will respond. It'll basically turn into marketing videos.
In the
At the
show
beginning of
notes,
the
it'll
video,
say-
we're about to show you this car that we used X, Y, and Z on, and blah blah blah. And it's going to be a sales
it'll no
pitch.
longer be rotary swapped K trucks
No.
doing burnouts and sending pistons through the
Yeah.
through the hood.
Building them in their backyard garage.
Right.
yeah.
welcome to our $2 million facility where
the
we've
nice
got
thing is
17,000 people
Yeah,
working.
they're going to have seatbelts on and wearing safety glasses. There's like safety squints won't be a like.
Yeah.
it's going to because hey, you represent a company now.
Yeah.
Like
There's
like,
liability in
right,
this. Don't do
yeah.
that. Which
Yeah, well, we saw the guys doing that. No, but you can't. Nope.
No,
you can't do
and
that
that's
anymore.
exactly.
But the nice thing is with the way that Hoonigan got their start, there's other guys out there doing it the same way.
Shameless
So
plug
the-
us.
Donut
Yeah,
media.
us.
but that's
Donut Media.
Donut Media
Well, that's-
until they get bought out.
that's
which
where it turns
I know
into that.
no shade on Donut, but they're huge right now.
But
And
that's-
they're
that's how
gonna
that-
someone's gonna make an offer they can't
they are what
refuse.
Hoonigan used to be.
Yeah.
Yeah, because
but someone
someone
an
had
offer.
to fill that space. It creates a power vacuum where they used to exist in.
Yep.
And they were growing within that same
But
bubble until they went. "Meh."
Donut Media was smart, and they kind of branched with different
Sure.
types.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say types of media, but they wanted to contribute different
they diversify
sources
it.
of media
Yeah.
to other crowds, and you know.
They diversify the product. That
It wasn't
they're
just
giving.
tuners. They did off-road stuff. They did overland
They
stuff.
did high-low with
Yeah.
tuners and trucks.
They did like building videos and like part videos and how this works, and
Yeah, and
They tried to reach
their
everyone.
audience will continue to grow.
yeah,
Sure.
And I think the Hoonigan audience will decline.
they weren't doing just fun stuff. They were doing informative stuff too, which is
Yeah.
pretty good.
Well, yeah, because it'll just they'll just become any other brand.
Yep.
Yeah.
Like, what does any other big brand do? They put out videos to push their product. It has nothing to do with entertainment value. Like, yeah, they're doing quote unquote entertaining things. They're jumping that truck, but they're going, oh, check out how cool this truck looks when we jump it.
This Terraflex
with our-
suspension did so great when we launched it, and the
Yeah.
axles folded in half.
Yeah,
Like,
that. That's the kind of entertainment they're going to create, and it's going to be is shameless plugs.
and I hope we're wrong. I
do too.
I hope in 5 years Hoonigan's still thriving with ridiculous builds, and they find this episode and we get called out for it. And I'll be like, listen, that's the best. The
best
best
news
thing
ever.
ever
I would
would be
gladly
me
get
being
called out
wrong
for
about
that.
this entire episode.
Yeah, gladly be called out for that.
Yeah.
100%.
Can we bring back Runs Good?
It's still around.
That was
Motor Trend.
Motor Trend, yeah. But Motor Trend lost all their shit too because they got bought out.
Well, but that happened.
They
a
got
long time.
Discovery.
Runs Good. They did a second
We did
season.
a
of
whole
Runs
episode
Good.
about that.
Yeah,
Oh.
It's on the Motor Trend app, but we all canceled Motor Trend because of
The Dirtheads.
the Dirtheads getting canceled.
Yeah.
So
Yep. Now we watch
which
other stuff on
I do
YouTube.
kick myself because Officer Dan on Instagram is awesome and he's a lot of fun, and he was on a Hoonigan YouTube video and they were talking about second season of Runs Good, and I'm like, that was a good quality Motor Trend show. Like, I don't think it would have filled my Dirt Everyday hole.
Yeah.
No.
Fill my dirt every day hole. Fill my dirt hole.
We were getting real angry and depressing and sad, so I had to spice it up.
we're
a
the
little bit.
we're the grumpy old men now.
Yeah, we are the grumpy old men. It's really it hurts my soul a little bit.
But
that's the thing,
We're grumpy
I
that
don't-
we've lost our counterculture. We're not grumpy because of the counterculture.
well, let me rephrase it. We're grumpy that the grumpy old men are ruining
Yes.
what our generation built
Yeah.
to make this shit fun.
Yeah.
Like
100%.
stop sucking the fun out of my dirt everyday
Yeah,
hole.
because it's always grumpy old men that sit there and go, how can I make money on this?
yeah.
And that's not why it started.
We are now those grumpy old men going, how do we make money on this? Because we're like, oh look, there's a Hoonigan hole, so let's fill it.
Yeah, but I don't think
Fill my Hoonigan
honestly, I don't see us ever sitting there going, "Oh, we're gonna buy those guys so that we can take their shit and make it ours."
No, we'll collab. What I see
No,
is
but
we
I'll
wanna
buy it if they're willing to sell it to me.
But we want to collaborate with people to continue to do cool
Right.
shit. Is like,
But I think that therein lies the difference,
But
right?
the-
Working with people
100%.
and learning
yeah.
over them.
corporate collaboration has never really been a thing. It's hey,
That's an oxymoron.
corporate
Yeah.
collaboration.
Yes.
No, corporate collaboration is
I don't
let's
think
just
Tim
buy.
understands what an oxymoron is, but yes.
No,
Trevor, you're
because
right.
they like a product and they just buy it out.
That's not corporate. An oxymoron it's ironic.
Oh
It's-
yeah, no, I know it's an oxymoron. Corporate collaboration is an oxymoron.
That's
Yeah.
what Trevor
because it doesn't happen.
right. That's what Trevor.
That was the
saying.
point I was making too.
Yeah, I know you guys were in agreement, but you told Trevor he was
Talking past each other.
Yeah.
Sorry, my bad. I got passionate.
I was doing what you always do. It's just that I was actually finishing your sentence
There you go.
as opposed to just cutting you off.
it's. I think we have grown as a generation dealing with the grumpy old men, but we also in the world of social media, collaborations are much more part of what we do.
Yeah.
Where that wasn't, especially in the car culture, was not a thing 30, 40 years ago. It was because it was so much based around competition and shows and racing and things that I think collaboration wasn't considered because like you were always, what do I need to do to beat the next guy? Right? Where we exist, competition exists, but that's a separate part where the culture, and frankly, I think Hoonigan helped drive a lot of it.
The collaboration culture?
Where it was like, hey,
And
you do cool shit.
That's not corporate Hoonigan. That's old
Early
Hoonigan.
Hoonigan, where like the original Burnyard videos where they just have guys like Pastrana and Bryce Menzies and all these other racing guys come in and they're just doing burnouts. Like, hey, you do cool shit, we do cool shit, come do cool shit with us.
Yeah.
Because
Well, 'cause our
because
generation
they
grew up
weren't
with that.
racers.
Yeah.
Like they had Ken Block. Ken Block was a race car driver, but the brand wasn't about winning races. They weren't a race team. They sponsored race teams, but that wasn't their goal.
They just wanted to have fun and watch race cars and help race car drivers do their thing.
Well, it's also our generation has also always put an emphasis on trying to keep our individuality.
Right.
Like we
now
we
we're-
grew
now-
up seeing our parents and grandparents go into that corporate machine and lose out on their dreams and all, right? Because it was all about you provide for your family. So when you hit a certain point in life, you stop being the creative and you put your head down and you work. And our generation went, fuck that. We're not doing that. So like he said, you bring in cool people. It was never, oh, Travis Pastrana of Hoonigan. It was, hey, we're Hoonigan with special guest Travis Pastrana.
Right.
Because everyone knows Travis Pastrana does his own shit.
Right.
Like you're never gonna buy that man out.
Well, and when you watch all those guest appearances and those collaborations,
They have so much more fun.
One, they're having fun, but two, they're also doing like a, hey,
Go to his page.
go to
follow
his
him.
page, check out that
Yeah.
badass video where he jumps a Subaru and rolls 87
Yeah.
times. Like it's all about, because if one does well, we all do well.
Well, yeah, because individuality sells.
Right.
That was the whole point. Is
Right.
we're gonna build each other up. Like
Right.
you said, we may be competitors, but being a competitor
Compete on the
doesn't.
track, not
But being a competitor
Right.
doesn't make you my enemy.
Right.
Like we can still be friends, and I'm still gonna try and beat you.
Right.
I'm
I'm
still
gonna
gonna
beat you
try
on
and
the
do
track.
But yeah, but the
we're
idea
going to help
is
each other and then compete
we're
there.
gonna push each other to be better.
Right.
If I go out and I beat you, you're gonna sit there and go, "You motherfucker," and you're gonna come back next time. And you're going, "I'm gonna kick your ass," and then after that, we're gonna go to Taco Bell and get quesadillas.
Right.
Like that's just how it is.
Yeah, and it's just
Are we though?
no, we just had
we
snacks.
just had snacks. That was a full ass lunch.
Now it just makes me think of that little kid video where he runs up to his mom. He's like, "You want to get Taco Bell?
Oh yeah, it's so good.
Are you gonna pay for it?" Yeah. And then he just walks off.
The
That's great.
Yeah, it
just
pisses us off because we're losing our individuality.
well,
it doesn't
we
exist
see-
pisses me off is
we see
is-
the brands that pushed individuality and collaboration
Exactly. Lose
now
it.
no longer
and
representing.
it's fed to us as
no,
no, we're
still
doing
the
this
same.
for the enthusiasts.
No, you're not.
And you're like,
You're doing it to
if
make
you were
money.
doing it for the enthusiasts, you would just keep them as they exist.
Yeah.
They exist fine. They're probably making you a ridiculous amount of money
Oh, they
with
definitely are.
hundreds of millions of YouTube views a week across their 5-6 different channels. Like
It's straight
they're
corporate
just-
greed. That's
they're
all
ju-
it
Be a
is.
parent company and
Just-
let Hoonigan
just-
it's
be
corporate
Hoonigan.
greed.
collect the checks.
They get
collect
a
your
lot,
percentage.
and they go, "I want more."
There's literally
Just let it be what it
there's
is.
no benefit. Me as a business, I don't care what your company is called.
You're selling me the same
I don't.
part.
I'm not right.
And
we're
now
not-
you're probably selling it to me for more expensive. So now I got to
Right.
tell my customers,
Right.
"Hey, price hike of 25%."
But the problem is, I'm not selling them a Hoonigan wheel.
No.
I'm selling them a black Rhino wheel.
Yeah.
They don't even know that it comes from Hoonigan unless I tell them it does.
And half those people just go, "Ooh, I like the way that looks."
Right.
It's not even. They don't even care it's a black Rhino. They just go, "I like
Which
that." wheel."
tells me the second half of this that bugs me outside of the enthusiast side of it, the business side of it. Are they gonna?
They're now trying
are
to
they-
sell us.
Are they pulling the rug out from underneath of the wholesale, and now they're going to sell me parts, but I also have to compete with them because they're going to build a Hoonigan store, and Hoonigan store is going to have your twin turbo Honda Civic kit and your TerraFlex lift kit down two separate aisles. Like am I gonna have to compete with the people who are selling me my parts? Like, the fuck are we doing? Why do you care? You're a wholesaler. Why do you care
about retail?
Why the enthusiast can recognize your brand?
Yeah.
The only thing you should care about is pushing your individual brands so that my brand can sell your parts.
And I like I was saying earlier, I think that the whole reason for the name change is so they can say Hoonigan backs these brands, and
But
so
they don't need to rebrand.
They don't need to.
I agree with you. I think that's part of it, but I
think that's the whole purpose of it.
Well, and that it just goes to show how out of touch they are, because they don't need to rebrand themselves as Hoonigan to do that.
Yeah,
But
it's official brand of Hoonigan. That's all they have to do.
They just have to go to a board meeting where the Hoonigan CEO is there and the TerraFlex CEO is there, and they go,
"You're going to put my name on your website."
Congratulations,
Pretty much.
That's all it is.
All they have to do is say, "TerraFlex, you're putting a Hoonigan logo on your website. Official lift kit of Hoonigan Off-Road."
Yeah, I mean,
that's all they have to do, because they're still targeting the retail aspect of it, because we don't give a shit as the people selling it. It's still TerraFlex. It doesn't matter. Like, us telling their customer that it's sold by Hoonigan, half the off-roaders are going to sit there and go, huh?
I mean, I feel like almost almost everyone in the off-road industry knows what Hoonigan is,
now it's going to be
but they don't
confusing.
understand.
It's like, I thought it's Hoonigan, but I thought it was TerraFlex? Like, but it is.
When did Hoonigan start building lift kits? Oh, they didn't. They just rebranded a TerraFlex lift kit with a different sticker.
So are we going to get hooligan stickers in our lift kits now?
Our customers will get hooligan stickers.
No, I think
we're gonna get not again stickers. You made the not again sticker, and we'll that's what it is.
Yeah, that one.
Yeah,
I think that's
the
never again.
Not again.
Hooligans
never again.
Yeah, hooligans too similar and on brand for what they are doing. Where not again, not again is definitely a better representation of our hatred of what's happening.
No, I'm saying like when people order parts, the real pros now, they're going to have
100%
in the boxes.
100%.
Oh, yeah.
Well, and that's the thing is, you're not ordering from Wheel Pros anymore.
Them.
The letterhead on the invoice will say Hoonigan.
Yep.
They will not receive those stickers.
No.
Yeah.
It's those never came in the box.
Yeah.
So I'm saying, like,
our
Hoonigan used to be such like an exclusive thing to be a part of, to get stickers, get the merch.
Well, it was a lifestyle,
and now people.
It was like the antisocial social club thing. It was
exclusive,
the same idea,
but open to everyone.
And people are scratching the stickers off their trucks now.
Yeah,
like people are taking the stickers off because they don't like what's happening.
Yeah, because everything in this country is about corporate America. Like that's how the country is run. It's fine, right? But people don't like that. So when they see brands like that go corporate, they say, "Fuck you guys."
From our politics to our favorite brands, everything is corporate.
Yeah, pretty much.
Sucks.
Which is why
Rockcrawler.
Don't go corporate.
And DirtNerds.
And DirtNerds.
Don't sell
Mostly
out.
because none of us could ever work for a corporation ever again.
I
mean, I pretty much do.
I would sell out.
You work for the government, that's different.
I would sell out and I would take the check, and the only stipulation that I would never, ever, ever sign the contract without.
Don't use our name.
You cannot use the name.
Yep.
Which is what Hoonigan should have done.
That's what I'm confused by. Like, who the fuck approved that?
Nobody did. They got bought out.
They didn't have to approve it. They literally just went, "We own that. You're now called that."
I think he's talking about the original when corporate acquired Hoonigan.
Yeah. Like
they didn't even think about it. They never thought about their name because they were nameplate for a wholesaler.
Yeah.
They never thought about it. I never thought about it.
Well, like if Wheel Pros had put out a thing like, "Hey, we're changing our name to,
Drifty Sideways Boys."
Yeah, even if it was just Mike's Wholesale,
Drifty
I'd be
Boy.
like, why change your name? That's fucking stupid.
But
whatever.
That's what I'm confused. Like, there had to be like a tabletop conversation between the two of them,
and they did it a week before SEMA. Yeah, they knew exactly what they were doing.
And it wasn't a tabletop conversation. It was, "Hey, this is what we're doing. Thank you for the name brand."
Yeah,
thank you for the name. No, it was probably a conversation. A decision that big was
definitely a Zoom call between whatever their board of directors is. It wasn't a sit down.
It was just,
at Clear Lake Capital.
This is what's happening.
Yeah.
There was no discussion.
I feel like
we, as the board of Clear Lake Capital, have decided this is where the company is going.
And it was, honestly, they probably hired a marketing agency and said, "Hey, we have this problem, right? We have Wheel Pros doesn't just sell wheels anymore. We need to rebrand our wholesale division. What do you guys suggest? And somebody said, don't you own Hoonigan? Hoonigan's a really cool brand. Everybody knows Hoonigan. And they went, great idea. Here's your check for $1 million. Hoonigan, you're now Wheel Pros. Wheel Pros, you're now Hoonigan.
See you later.
End of meeting. Have a nice day.
Yep.
And now we're all sad.
Yeah.
Angry than sad.
I can't think,
Well, so
I can't think of a
Not
single
mad, I'm
person.
just disappointed.
the way that we fight this as the individuals and the counterculture
Support our other brands like Rocktrix wheels.
Yes, support
Use Dirt Drive as your discount code on Rocktrix wheels.
to get 5% off.
Get 5% off.
But you support the individuals. You support the
underdogs.
small companies.
Oh, and by the way,
and make a point of it.
yeah, and by the way, Rocktrix wheels will be cheaper and equal quality to anything you would buy. I'm gonna call them Wheel Pros. I refuse to call them Hoonigan.
Yeah.
From Wheel Pros. Any Wheel Pros brand will be almost double the cost of a Rocktrix wheel, and it will be the same quality.
Yeah.
Go buy
It's
Rocktrix
And they're
aluminum
wheels.
beautiful.
Go buy Rocktrix wheels.
The new machine wheel that you got for your build.
Hint, hint. Yes.
Hint, hint.
That's
is
coming.
so
Yeah.
nice.
Future episode.
So nice.
Their styles are unique. They're beautiful. They have classic black. Their gray might be one of the best gunmetal grays.
Their bronze.
Their bronze is excellent. It's a good dark bronze.
They're independently manufactured. They don't belong to someone
Yep.
Yep. Except for our hearts.
except for our hearts.
And
They have our
minds
hearts.
and souls.
They do have.
Trevor runs them on his truck.
I do.
I'm about to run them on my truck.
Look at that.
Yeah.
I need them for one of my.
Hey, Rocktrix. Wink, wink.
I wonder what's your bolt pattern on the Hyundai?
It fits actually because it's
5 by 5?
5 by 4.5.
I don't
5
make
by
that.
4.5.
Yeah, they do.
No, they don't.
Rocktrix definitely does. You put them on it.
You know what? You're right.
You
We
put 'em on a
we
TJ.
did a set on a TJ. There's definitely a 5 by 4.5.
Yes, 16 by 5 by 4.5. But I have to do a different tire size.
So,
I'll get the Sawzall.
I mean, it's got 305,000 miles on it. So
Hey Ray, we're gonna need another set of wheels. Got another build.
Send a check.
Or the wheels. Just send the wheels.
yeah, just in the wheels.
Just
That's
in the
fine.
wheels.
That's fine.
yeah,
But but it is those guys. It's
Down
them.
with
It's-
Wheel Pros.
Yeah, it's them.
with
It's
Wheel Pros.
Rock Crawler. It's
Wheel Pros, mashed potatoes in the gutter. End of episode. Mic drop.
support the
support the guys that give you quality over quantity.
support the guys that aren't corporate.
It's all about the good dick and not how long the dick is.
So much for being professional.
Listen, like I said, this has been a depressing podcast. We need to spice it up a
It
little
has
bit.
been.
But yeah, it's
I mean, that's really the best.
everybody. This will scratch your rebellious itch.
Rebel against the rebellions.
Yeah,
So,
because
and the
that's what
best-
it is now.
Yeah.
The best way to find out is you find a brand you like, you scroll to the bottom of their website and see if it's owned by someone else. Because everything's at the bottom of the website.
Yep.
Or made in America.
That's another big point.
Sometimes a little harder to determine.
Yeah.
But
I think a lot of companies hide that really well these days.
they do.
oh yeah.
It is made in America.
Well, because sometimes you get the metal is made in America and then it gets shipped overseas to get pressed and then it gets shipped back to America.
It sits in a warehouse in America,
hey,
and then you order
Admit-
them.
the dust is American.
It made its way
Honestly, at this
to.
point, I'm just happy when, like, the headquarters are in America.
Yeah.
yeah.
But yeah, so support your
opposed
small
to Australia.
brands. Figure out where your parts are made. Support your small brands. Support us.
Because we're a small brand.
We are a very small brand. We are probably
Fund our shenanigans.
we're probably the smallest brand you know.
DirtNerds
I don't know
Offroad.com.
about small. We're an average brand, okay?
If that's what makes you feel better, PJ,
Yeah.
you tell yourself
It's not
that.
what my wife tells me. We're like an
Yikes.
acorn of a brand.
Sexy acorn.
On that note, go to dirtnerdsoffroad.com.
And not Wheel Pros.
Not Wheel Pros. Not wheelprosoffroad.com.
Not Wheel Pros.
dirtnerdsoffroad.com. dirtnerdsoffroad.com.
Turner's Offroad.
Check out all of our links.
Here's your subliminal message. DirtNerdsOffroad.com.
And Rocktrix wheels.
like, subscribe, share, rate anywhere you listen to podcasts. Check out all of our
Tag Wheel Pros in the comments. Send this to them. Show them that we're unhappy.
They're not going to do anything about it. They're going to try and buy us.
I'll take the check. They just can't
No.
use our name.
No, I'm not going to take the. Yeah, I'll take the check, but there's no compete clause.
And that's what I'm saying.
So we can go out and tomorrow we can start a new brand and do the
Yeah,
exact
4x
same
foodies.
thing.
I'll take the check for them telling us to stop talking about them. And then we still own everything.
yeah.
We'll
Wheel
talk
Pros.
shit Till
Wheel
the
Pros
cows
mashed
come
So
home.
yeah, we can talk shit about Wheel Pros. We just can't talk shit about Hoonigan.
Yes, they're the same.
No, they're not. Wheel Pros doesn't exist anymore.
They can't make us stop.
Can't stop, won't stop.
Ooh, we should buy the name Wheel Pros.
On that
And then
note,
sell it.
This week on Dirt Nerds Buy or Sell, we're selling Wheel Pros, literally. Highest bidder. Bidding starts at $1 million.
all right. We appreciate you guys. Thanks for listening to the shenanigans.
Go
And
fund the shenanigans.
Go fund the
Yeah.
shenanigans. Yeah, help us do more fun things, and we'll bring you better content week over week.
Oh, Gregorio.
Yeah!